Yes, like Japan people, for them, teachers, so high level. They don't celebrate Teachers' Day. They don't celebrate
Because
Teachers'
every
Day.
day is teacher.
For the teachers, they feel like what they're doing is for the nation and to upgrade the nation. And when you do for the nation, because Japanese are always loyal to the nation and the Maharaja, so they are like that. And their education is, you can say,
As a teacher, you can tell who's good in essay.
This is honestly not your work.
Yeah. So I keep reminding them, the class is where you make mistakes.
Right.
So if you want to produce ChatGPT kind of essay, that should be in your exam. So make mistakes in my class.
This podcast is brought to you by SPMflix
and powered by BAC Education. Hi guys, welcome to For Real! So For Real is a show that we will touch on real life stories and experience of our guests.
Yes.
And over here, Sam, Hi, I'm Joshua. I forgot to introduce myself.
Who are you?
I'm Joshua.
I'm Sam. Hello.
Yeah. So Sam.
Yes, we have two special guests here with us. Please welcome Cikgu Kalai, our history teacher, and also Cikgu Azura, our English teacher. Welcome. But before we start, please sit tight and hear our interesting facts that we have about the school system and education system, the past, present, and future currently in Malaysia. Yes.
Correct.
Please throw us the first fact.
So
Joshua.
let's go. The first fact, did you know that the oldest school in Malaysia is in Penang?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was called Penang Free School.
Oh.
It was founded back in 1816 and it's still running till today. So
Really?
all those years it's still running till today. And I find it quite interesting. Yeah, and it's it's the oldest English medium school in the Southeast Asia.
In Southeast Asia.
Yeah, and that's like over 200 years, right?
Exactly.
2000. Okay lah.
Crazy, man.
That's not
It's all boys school, right? No. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure. Never mind. Those that are watching, maybe can comment down below.
Become a boys school. So also moving on, what about some statistic in Malaysia? So according to recent stats, 48.74% of SPM students did not continue their studies after 2021. Exactly.
48.
That's almost half. Yes. It shows really how much we must support students after they leave school. SPM is now, I think some of you know that SPM certificate only brings you so far. Yeah. If you're talking about corporate, talking about climbing up the corporate ladder, sometimes they see now degree, diploma also does not really fall into place. They see degree, even masters, in fact. So we would like to touch on that also later on. Yeah. Any other fact?
Another fact is that 32% of SPM students failed at least one subject. During SPM. So yeah, just imagine the pressure knowing that there's a possibility of you failing a subject whenever you go and sit for SPM exam. Yeah.
I feel like everyone always joke about it, right? I will fail. I sure will fail this subject. I sure fail. And they really fail.
Yang fail lain tak apa. Kalau BM dengan sejarah fail,
don't get your cert.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, there was some intense facts. So now we would like to break it down.
Right.
So please, let's kick it start.
Yeah.
Joshua,
so
what do you have for
let's
us?
talk about the throwback, like the olden days, the past.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm young. So we're more experienced.
Thank you for that word. Because it looks like we are old.
No. More experience.
It's okay.
We have the experiencing and the experience.
We are still learning. There's a long way to
so
go.
maybe you can tell us from your past when you were studying, like, in school.
Your background.
Yeah, like, how was it? Like, how was the education at that time? Challenges you all face. Was it very
What's your
different? Like,
background first? What did you do? How did you become a teacher? And then what do you think of the system back then when you were students
You're
before you
referring to
begin?
because
Both
both
of
of you
you.
are looking at Cikgu.
Both.
I just took SPM last year.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Susah. We have an inexperienced guest. Okay lah.
Alright, so let's talk.
Let's start with Cikgu Kalai.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Alright, so when we talk about myself, I'm from Ipoh. So I'm my school now. No, I still exist, but dia lebih kepada sekolah, kepada pelajar pendidikan khas. It used to call as SK Coronation Park. SK Coronation Park dekat dengan Taman DR lah, very famous school. Not a famous,
Give us a map
dia
and
sebelah dengan Taman Dr. Srinivasa, that's why it's famous.
Okay.
What I think my main thing was, it molded me very well because I'm what to say? My background was very we are not very strong in basically financial and everything. My father was a commoner who used to be a school gardener. So we have this school, and I didn't even go to kindergarten.
Yes, you say we went to standard one.
Yeah, so that time kindergarten is like will cost you. And we have, my father can't support. So we like okay lah, my father used to teach us lah. So that was then, and I only learned English. Okay, we only know the ABC and everything, you know. The sad thing is, when I entered tahun 1982, that was the year they started everything in PM. So bila saya pergi sekolah, I learned English. Tapi bila masuk situ, semua bahasa Melayu. From there, I started my beba, CHA, dieda. So, suku kata. So, that was like, yes, okay, suku kata, forced and everything. And slowly we grow lah. And it was like, when first year time, of course, kita tak tahu apa-apa. And we are different because I'm from SK school. So, bila pergi SK school, saya nampak, dulu tak pernah pergi kindergarten, tak tahu macam mana. And I got Chinese friends, Malay friends and everything. But, end of the day, when we slowly, and we grew up until today, we still have friends. And we still catch up. We still go for coffee.
I feel like high school friends are always the most closest.
True, from primary. From primary.
True, exactly.
Right. And then when I was secondary school pula, saya pergi kat Sri Putri Ipoh. That's a bit one of the notorious school that time. Yes, it used to be a very notorious school. Everybody's scared of that school. But okay, I managed to finish up my SPM. Then I went to UST Malaya. Yes, and I'm doing my own now, tuitions. Okay, that's great.
What about you, Cikgu Azura? Please enlighten us.
I'm not sure if my story is as interesting as Cikgu Kalai.
All stories are interesting.
So I began my education.
First, my mother gave birth to me.
Yeah. I was happy after waiting for 10 years to finally get a girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Congrats.
So anyway, I went to an English, basically a Christian kindergarten.
Okay.
But my whole schooling years from standard 1 until form 5 was through and through Malay schools. So I had no experience at all mixing around with Chinese or Indian friends, except for when I represented my school for pertandingan ini, the sorts lah. And then what I like about my schooling years was actually my teachers, especially my high school teachers who really inspired me to become a teacher today. And because I think the way they showed their passion, the way they really dedicated. You know, some teachers complain about working extra hours on weekend and whatnot, but I'm not sure if my teachers actually complained. Back then there was no Facebook, Twitter for people to complain, right? So but then they were so dedicated. Maybe. But then their dedication was something so inspiring that makes me feel like I want to be like them.
Actually, back then all our ambitions is cikgu, doctor, lawyer.
True.
Now got social media influencer, TikToker.
Last time we still have. Bila masuk sekolah aja, they will have one card, you know. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Every year we have to fill
Kita
up.
kena tulis tau.
3
Oh, like your
admission.
So it's always like the first one is the first choice, right? It's like doctor ke, lawyer ke.
For me, it was stewardess, actress, singer.
Wow.
And then one
Oh,
way
Cikgu ni.
Sekolah menengah. Oh, because the inspiring teachers were all from sekolah menengah.
I see.
So you said you guys are both teachers, right? Have you teach in government school, private school?
I used to teach in Hartamas for with a government school for around 4 years as a temporary teacher. Then I was continuing my center.
I see. So now you're doing
Own
tuition
my
center,
own, yeah.
but you do teach until today, right?
Yes.
So guys,
I wanted to become a teacher. So this is my story. We drag to after my SPM. I wanted to become a teacher. I applied for TESOL, but I was not offered. I was offered to do law. Then I did law. And then I figured that this was not my cup of tea. I wouldn't make a good lawyer. I would screw my clients if I become one.
right.
So I started teaching when I was still studying part-time. Like, you want to earn extra money, but
Like something like tutoring.
yeah. I taught at tuition centers, basically. And then immediately after graduation, I established my own center primarily.
I see.
Yeah.
So can you tell us how are your students? Like, is there a behavior when you first started teaching? Maybe, I don't know, back in 2010, maybe 2020 punya kids, are there different?
Tremendous changes.
Oh, wow. Okay, what's one of the biggest?
Give one highlight.
The discipline lah. Correctly.
So the older ones are more disciplined lah.
Discipline, and they have the charisma. What I can see is they actually last time they know what they want. And they will focus about it. And
I think because they don't have instructions.
Maybe. Now I see like they are still finding. They are still finding who they are. They are still finding what is my identity. They are still looking. even
Constantly.
What I see is last time when you're Form 3, you already know. Okay, Form 3 you already know. Daripada
I was like that also.
Yeah, Form 3 you already said whether I want to do this professional line or I want to go another one because of your, sorry to say your SPM or your PT3 and everything. You already set a line. Okay, I want this one, so I will continue go as a doctor, lawyer. So you already stream it. Of course, now you still have trimming, but the problem is they are still choosing. I don't know. And they are still thinking that, can I do this? Can I do this? So there's always a question lah. What I feel, the digital world giving them too much information and they actually cannot compass.
Right.
So they're like, okay, I can do this and everything. But they didn't realize what actually they want. And it's like so sad to see until now mereka belum lagi sedar who they are. They can't find their identity,
And a lot of them find it too late.
So when it's too late, it's very hard for them because they know already, okay, I cannot do. Then how I want to persuade, I want to finish it. It's like, that's why it's dragging. Too many, a lot of depression cases among children and everything. Because why?
It's like a normal now.
Yeah, very normal. Very normal. And we can see sad things, a lot of sad things I can see because I see the backgrounds of children from, I do see Puan Azura also, Kofada, from the well-to-do to the lower, our B40 students also. So I have vast of different category students, but still facing the same problem. You can be from So you can be a very rich and famous family. You can be a very poor family, but still facing the same identity problem.
Yeah, correct. Any of your any student highlights that you have or differences between back then and now?
I think because especially post-COVID, we are all because some of our classes are run online these days. The tremendous difference that I notice is the lack of respect towards teachers. Maybe because I'm not sure. Maybe it's because the the online etiquette is not taught properly. I don't think they would do the same if I were to be I were to be present
Face to
face
face.
to face.
I think they wouldn't dare lah.
Yeah,
More disciplined because they know they cannot hide behind a
correct.
screen where they just turn off their
Because we wouldn't dare. Okay, to me, what amounts to rudeness? Whether you talk back, or whether what else? Whether you talk something bad, and
Sometimes they don't even talk.
yeah, that's
I was going to say that.
not
They just
responding.
they ignore you.
Correct.
They think
Correct.
That's the
Yeah,
sickening part.
So even when I asked what did you have for dinner just now, and they didn't answer, I immediately conclude that as being rude, and I keep on reminding them to respond, to answer questions, even though it's online, because you wouldn't do that if I were present in front of you. So I think it's in its
talking about, because we're touching now about students' behavioral thing and the changes, right? So back then, I don't want to sound like a boomer lah. I'm still young. We all still young. But it is more normal back then, where like teachers punish students. So it doesn't mean
they're not right.
punish is like, it can be anything. Sometimes they can punish like macam, like tangan atas or berdiri, don't sit down for the whole class, that kind of thing. There are punishments of that sorts. And then back then kan parents pun cakap macam,
Tak ada anak saya.
just kau anak tak dengar cakap, dia pukul, ada pembaris
ada,
ke.
masih ada lagi.
Please discipline them.
Yes,
Please go
ada
back.
lagi, tapi very minimum crowd.
What do you think about it now? Because now, do you think the punishment such as rotan ke, caning, or even just like hand slap, do you think it's going to make a difference? Or do you think there's a reason why parents are more protective?
It based on the kids. If you see, nowadays the psychology of the students are very, very different. Not like last time. Last time we can identify, okay, this fella, we can use this way. This one, we can use way.
You can see whether they are like strong-minded or whether they're
Yes.
sensitive.
So last time, if a caning, everybody go caning. Correct or not? Like zaman saya kalau potting kelas, memang the whole team akan masuk ke bilik disiplin. Everybody caning. And you can be any, correct or not? You have to take it lah. The cikgu can beri, okay, cane 1, 2, 3, you pilih. Nowadays, you can't even teach the caning because why? One fella can take it, okay. Another fella will say, okay, saya sudah patah sini and everything, go and make a report and everything. So, you have to see children by children. You have to tapis.
To me, Ken, what how to say? The question is who brings up this generation?
Yeah,
It goes back to us lah.
Parents, parenting lah. Parenting. You, whatever it is fundamental, I'll say go back to parenting. I don't know. Maybe people are not happy with me. They will be scolding me now. Oh, okay. So, what I think is parents.
I think the saying it takes a village to raise a child wouldn't apply in some cases where parents interfere with what teachers want to do with the
villages
students.
society.
Or how the villages want to handle. Yeah.
Parents must always, okay, watch is another way, but they always must be guiding them.
Correct.
One where they're doing wrong, parents must able to say that's wrong in a very, very stern way.
And also what's worrying these days is the kuasa viral. Everything also want to viral. Whatever teacher does, that
Yeah.
that
It's
does
a
not
very
comply.
good threat.
Yeah,
I can threat you.
yeah.
So, tak berani buat
So
apa-apa.
that's why teachers also fed up. Some teachers are fed up because these things are happening and it's jeopardizing their job, jeopardizing their moral, and feel like they are giving up. Some teachers are giving up. True. Because they find like whatever I do, it's going to be
It's
viral.
gonna affect you.
So better don't do lah. I
Betul.
better just.
A lot of teachers, like, they have this whatever attitude already.
Then to slightly touch on, like you said, mental health, right? Like schools can, do you think, what kind of support do schools provide for mental health? Do you think, are they doing a good job? Since there's so many, like how Cikgu Kalai mentioned, there's so many digital distractions because there's so many information coming in so early. And how do the schools or even teacher, do they play a part in this?
Okay, what I can see, yes, they play. We got psychometric exam and everything. But what I find, it's not end of everything. They do have personal touch with the kids. They do know, and some majority of the teachers are doing. They're doing their part. But what I want them to be like my old teachers. Our teachers used to be like, the teacher like, okay, this a bit sensitive issue lah. I don't know whether I can share or not. Last time it's like, if a student got problem, the problem will be only with the counselors and also the students. Nobody will know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's good. How it is supposed to be, right?
yeah. So last time I still remember one of my friend when I was studying. It's a young age and everything. She got pregnant 4 or 5 times, and he even don't know that she got pregnant. And the teacher actually suggests to the parents to go and do it something. This one, and she sit for the exam SPM, and she finished it. And today she's in a good position. So you see, if today what will happen? Every news will spread.
Yeah, true.
Not only it's like bringing the children to moralization, and it's their motivation has been down, and these kind of things are spreading in school and everything, they will stop coming for school, and they will close up themselves. End of the day, slowly by slowly, they will leave the education world. So
That's
what
also
I
one
see,
of the challenges.
yes. So what I see, I will suggest teachers, especially the counselors, have a more touch with the children. Get to know them, be close to them, and make sure that it's between your confidential talk. So if it's between their confidential talk, nobody knows it, and just close it among the higher levels. Yes, safe zones. Nobody knows it, and so the children won't feel like shame to come to school, and she won't like, oh, I'm not worthy. So what my friend is going to tell me, I did a mistake. Yes, of course, everybody do the mistake. I did a big mistake, and I want to face them. They will be shy. They will close
I
up.
want to find a safe zone.
Yes.
And that's supposed to be the counselor or the teachers.
Yes.
I think one of the biggest challenge today is that the fear of being publicized, not to say only on the internet, but even among within the community itself, because it spread like
Very fast, very fast. I think faster
and
than
everybody wants to be the first to relay the message, like the makcik bawang.
Because that's how they get the views or the recognition. Like, hey, I am Waito semua.
Yeah. The attention lah, yeah.
That culture must be stopped.
Betul.
That culture must be stopped.
Okay, cool. So another question that we have is how because nowadays, I mean, these past few years, we have seen the education.
We talk about past right now. It's now.
Yeah, now.
Right.
So, like from the past to now, we have seen the education change so many times.
Yeah.
So, like, why do you have a reason? Why does this happen so often? Like example, like we had like last time there was PMR, and then there's PT3. And then now I hear there's nothing. Just go SPM and then you're done. Yeah.
Previously there was PPSMI where English and Maths were taught in English. Now they have DLP. I think this goes back to the policymaker, pembuat dasar. They want to leave a legacy. This is just an assumption.
Yeah.
Disclaimer. They want to leave a legacy for people to remember. It comes down from the minister to the whole policymaker team, and everybody wants to leave something, and everybody wants to make a change.
Yeah, but the fundamental was very good actually. The fundamental of our education system started even before our first Merdeka. Yes, it was started since our first election. Once our first election, this I will say one first election. It even before the election, we got CLC. CLC is Community Liaison Committees. Okay, Community Liaison Committee.
Don't fall asleep.
Was I involved? No, was I not born?
She say liaison. I'm like,
That is where the fundamental of changing our education system happened. Why?
Voting.
It's actually to cater for our nation. Because CLC adalah satu jawatan kuasa yang ingin memupuk perpaduan kaum.
Oh, cikgu dah keluar.
So 1949 actually. And after that, there was 5 issue. One of the main issue adalah they say pendidikan. Because why? The only pendidikan can bring back our nation together. Because we will be using one language.
Correct.
So
because prior to that, every race has their own schooling system.
Yes,
There was no
vernacular
there was no a centralized
education
system.
Yeah.
I think that's why, right? A lot of country apart from Malaysia, even we're talking about Western countries, they feel education is number one.
Yeah, correct.
It's very important. So that's why in some countries, education is completely free up until university level.
Yeah.
Because to them, they felt like this is the
Yes.
reason
And
why.
teachers are given very, very good
Yeah, like benefits. and
yes.
stuff like
Like
that.
Japan people, for them, teachers, so high level. They know,
Yeah.
don't celebrate Teachers' Day.
Oh,
They don't celebrate
because
Teachers'
every
Day.
day is teacher.
For the teachers, they feel like what they're doing is for the nation and to upgrade the nation. And when you do for the nation, because Japanese are always loyal to the
Yeah.
nation and the Maharaja, so they are like that. And their education is, you can say,
Actually, educators, no matter whether you are, it's your career, your
Yeah.
profession, or if it's just you educating someone, or no matter what industry, you're always like gurus. Like,
yes, yes.
top of
Yeah.
the,
You see, that's the only profession yang menjadikan profession yang lain.
right.
Teacher is the
Correct.
one.
Correct. It all starts from the teacher first. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So-
a good word.
But sad thing is, nowadays people dispreting, boleh dikatakan cikgu tidak disanjung lah.
Betul. I think because of from what we discussed earlier, teachers live in fear.
Yeah,
Whatever they do, nanti people question.
Yeah. They can't freely teach. Even
Yeah.
I was finally, when I was finishing my 4th year as a temporary teacher, I was offered to be a teacher in government school. But the fear, like, I cannot do whatever I want. So I say, it's okay. I continue my tuition only. Because now I freely, whatever I feel like I want to do for the children, I can do it.
And
And
that's also one of the reasons because I say I wanted to do TESOL.
yeah.
And people was asking why didn't I pursue like DPLI, Diploma Lanjutan after Ijazah and whatnot and go to government school. But I think I had my own philosophy
Yeah.
in earning and I want to do things my way.
Right.
I can't be in the system. I have to be around the system.
Yes, correct.
Right. But it worked for you lah. It worked out for you in the end. So we've like the topic of today is the past, present, and the future of education system, right? So we've covered past, kinda. Now, kinda.
Yep.
So let's talk about the future. Actually, because of MCO, we've already seen a little bit of how the future can happen. Everything went online.
Correct.
Because back in our days, before the whole COVID thing happened, everything was normal. It was all physical and all. So we get a sense of how it was like to transfer an education from physical going straight to online. I had no idea SMCK schools also did Zoom classes. back then. I thought colleges did. I thought
SK also, even SK
Yeah.
do it, primary also.
Also,
How do you?
oh wow.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
it's like watching YouTube and then live lah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That is just like untangible for me.
Yeah.
Intangible. Sorry, cikgu. So like what do you think about how technology helps or how does it affect students? Like recently I saw a TikTok, right? Of how nowadays teachers won't record themselves when they're teaching, right? And I didn't know that students use iPad or some kind of tablet in school. I'm like, advanced dia korang, best dia. Back then I only can touch iPad when I had the money to buy something. So what do you think of how technology has helped students? And yeah, give us your input on that.
Technology, yes, it's I will say there's a good things and also there's a setbacks lah. Okay, yeah. So you must able to digest it, and you must able to orang kata apa, ambil yang jernih, buang yang keruh. That's all.
Keluar
Because,
dah privasi.
because it's a digital world. So digital world, there are too many information out there. So when you're exposed to tingkatan, like not to say tingkatan, primary also they're accessible to all the information. So you must know which one to take, and that bows to against to the parents. So they must know the what do you say, larangan yang perlu dibuat and everything. They can set the limits for the primary center. Even secondaries also, there's a lot of issues. So digital, that's why I say kita kena menilai lah mana yang kita perlu kita ambilkan, yang terperlu kita boleh lepaskan. So technology, yes, it's vast. You ada knowledge yang besar. You boleh access to so many things. Today you ask pun another second you boleh find the answer, correct or not? Tapi masalahnya adalah bagaimana anda gunakan. how it's affect yourself. Is it?
Nowadays, you write the equation, AI solves it for you.
Oh, that's
So now there's ChatGPT.
No need.
Just imagine, I can do my whole karangan. ChatGPT.
Oh, that's an issue in my online class.
Yeah.
People use ChatGPT.
Yeah, I keep on giving this warning in class. Don't use. I don't mention ChatGPT lah. Don't use any. I know.
AI, yeah.
You know, as a teacher, you can tell who's good in essay.
This is honestly not your work.
Yeah. So I keep reminding them the class is where you make mistakes.
Right.
So if
Don't
you
be
want to
afraid,
produce ChatGPT kind of essay, that should be in your exam. So make mistakes in my
So
class.
far, thank God lah, sejarah belum ada kot.
Macam mana lah? Macam mana nak chat GPT
That's right.
sekarang?
Boleh. Betul tak betul je. ChatGPT bukan betul sangat.
Of course. Right, betul. So, this is just a personal question, okay? Because I have a lot of friends, colleagues, they are like slightly older than me, they have kids anymore. They have kids. Sorry, Cikgu.
They don't have kids
Cikgu
anymore.
Kalai. Sorry, Cikgu, they have kids. So just now, Cikgu Kalai mentioned that when she was young, she didn't even go to Tadika. She went straight away to Standard 1. I went to Tadika, but I went to Tadika 6 years old. So it was 1 year only. Then a lot of my friends that was my age said, I went at 5. And nowadays, they were sending their child is 2 years old, then there's a preschool of a preschool.
It's called play school.
Oh yeah, there's preschool.
Preschool.
Yeah.
What do you think about education from the time you are born, before you can even understand your brain?
Play school is okay lah.
I mean, I support. I
Yeah,
support
really,
play
really
Play
school.
school I will support because
They don't learn membaca dah.
tak ada. So
They learn how to
maybe
socialize.
mula daripada tahun 5 they concentrate.
5 tahun?
5 tahun okay lah. 6 tahun lah. 6 tahun all the fundamental. But 2-3 old lah, please don't lah. They will stress. You see, the stress will carry, 2 tahun, 2 tahun pergi sekolah, 3 tahun pergi sekolah, 4 tahun pergi sekolah, 5 tahun pergi sekolah, sampai dia punya SPM. You just imagine
Right.
every day getting up 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the child, sometimes the mother are working for early. So she'll wake up 5 o'clock. Come, we pack up everything.
Yeah.
And then the what we say, lifestyle of the
The
children
life
too.
balance lah.
Yes.
They're not enjoying the
Yes.
childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my take when I heard from my older friends, right? When they say, yeah, so I sent my kid to school for them to learn. They were learning. Yeah, they were learning how to write and stuff.
China, only 6 tahun you boleh pegang pen, pencil.
So actually, the child is 4 years old, I think, turning 5. But I still think, and then sometimes she the friend will say like, oh, but I don't know why my child does not want to speak, even though supposedly they are already at the age where you can talk already. So I am like, I wonder what is these factors that are affecting the child.
There's this thing called the learning pyramid, and reading and writing is supposed to be at the top of the
Yes, correct.
pyramid.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the
Step.
steps to learn?
Yeah. So at the bottom part of the pyramid is like motor skill. If children do not master any skill at the bottom part of the pyramid, they will not be able to read. They will not
no
be able
matter
to write.
how you force
Yeah.
them.
This is scientifically proven.
See, yeah, I guess falls under early childhood education.
Not correct.
How you want to build it up, right? So I ask this question. Like basic worry for.
Yeah, so
I feel like because I just thought it was interesting to ask what you guys as Cikgu's punya point of view. Because I heard from them that I someone young who does not have children, but I felt like I have had some thoughts about it. Like so young, you sent to school already.
Like depends. I would, if I were the parent, I would do research on the curriculum and so on. Then when I was sent,
Like another colleague of mine decided to go away from the well-known schools and went to a more niche school. She's like, oh, this is German
okay.
education. So they go to nature. They do camping. They learn how to bake. So I was
It's
like,
more
that
on
sounds fun.
Yeah, you're going
to the
outside.
normal
You're doing, it's a play school, but you are
Like,
engaging
going
yourself
out.
with nature, outside
Yeah.
people, outside world. That's much better.
Right. So I thought it wasn't cheap lah. As she mentioned, like this kind of thing has to pay for.
Yeah.
That's like sending your child to play, but with more structures.
And then nowadays everyone's working. Parents are both working, So I guess
They do have these kind of schools, but of course it's a bit
If you have money, you send lah.
If not, I buat tepung kat rumah for you.
Yeah. So I mean, like, so for the future, right, of education, like, what reforms or changes do you want to see in the future of our education?
As actual cikgus in the system, in a way.
Okay. I
What was
wish
this?
to see. So excited.
Oh, I want to tell. Okay.
I'm like, my colleagues always call me Hermione.
Oh, I can see it actually. If tolong letak rambut around her.
Your hair is like Hermione. Long kembang lagi ha.
Ni terkembang bit lah. Nanti I suruh dia letak CGI on it.
So anyway, what reform do I want to see? I want to see, this is already happening in some private schools, but I understand the challenges faced by government school funding lah, lack of macam teachers and so on.
Facilities and everything.
Facilities and whatnot. Let me tell you about this school. This school is called, am I allowed to mention brands? Nanti you already lah. Okay, this is a school in Sepang. It's a secondary school. What this school has is every year they will send the students for a 3-week or 3-month. I think it's a 3-week internship. School students from Form 1 until Form 5. But they have IGCSE, so Form 1 until Form 4 je lah. So they have a list of industries that the students can pick, like service industry, programming and whatnot. And I can't remember the other one. So what I think should be done by the secondary, in the education system, especially in the secondary school, is to engage with industry, social groups or NGOs to help prepare these students for the real world. Because I think sometimes we don't want to be short sendiri lah. The education system ni kan sometimes short sendiri. They are not actually.
That's a nice way to put it.
They're not preparing the students for the real world.
More like for their own quota to take
Correct.
off like that.
Last time we do have what I find, it's not sending interns or anything. What I like, it's a setback for me and a very sad for me. Kemahiran hidup.
Wait,
so sad.
No more ke?
Dah ada RBT.
No, it's changed it to something else.
I used to do the
I remember.
So it's actually one type of character buildings, and when
enjoy it a lot.
it's no more, it's like so sad.
Yeah.
Because basically, you will know, even like my sister time, ERT. Economy rumah tangga.
Yes.
So like
I was
they
the
already,
big girl one.
that's why I was telling you,
Yeah.
last time they already designed properly.
Right.
So you are academically you tak boleh like not very strong. You can form to farming,
that you
Yeah.
have
or you can do
skills.
cooking.
Yeah.
You can go for baking, or you can go for menjahit,
Carpentry.
carpentry.
That's a banking.
So like
And then patri.
Yeah.
and it's so nice,
True.
and the children was enjoying it. Like I told you, right? We are from a very poor family. So I'll wait until today. My sister is cooking what today. So she'll bring, because we basically will eat our parents' food. I know when mom cooking, and my sister will bring like different food, Malay food or Chinese food. And it was even children's today, they enjoy it. Last time, when Kemahiran hidup, they enjoy it. They cooking and everything. Now RBT, so sad.
RBT is
Reka bentuk technology. Yes, you can. It's not tak boleh. Tapi you cater to the student who actually a niche. That means the who like this one, let them do that one.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
Correct. Because back then, we were talking to the younger generation. Oh, but you had HP also, right? We get. Let's talk to Joshua.
I said
I look older than Joshua.
So anyway, we get to choose whether we want to do sewing.
Joshua is sewing what?
So actually, from there we can cater. We know already. Like I did. Like me and my sister, both of us in 1 year. So she's a January baby. I'm a December baby.
Oh, really?
Big surprise. Yeah. So until today, my sister is working somewhere in a hospital. So I'm here. So I am she in the same year. So she go to her interest, I go to my interest. So like even she loves it. She loves it until today. She loves it, and she still do whatever she
likes
buat tu. Yes,
cooking lah.
cooking. She loves cooking,
Mm.
and every Saturday, Sunday I'll go there. She'll be telling me. So, like, you see, they still happy, Nowadays, you see the generation, they are so tension. Because one,
Everything they can only find online.
Yeah.
All
And
the
then-
idea all comes from
and
social
then
media.
what's happening is I'm tired of my work. Because you're not doing what you actually like it.
Oh. Joshua, is that the case?
Hey, no.
No. What I'm telling, what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Last time we
Actually,
loved.
it's true for
Last time it's like we already know, I mean, that's why I take from Form 3 itself, we already know what we want.
your art stream, science.
Yes,
stream.
so ada sekarang ada. Tapi that's why it's too many things for them. They
Yeah.
they didn't narrow it
Can't
down.
decide.
They are giving, okay, you ambil ni, you ambil ni, you ambil pilih buat. Then then you get to college pun give them variety.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also they cannot pilih.
Correct.
Then keluar, dia tak nampak apa yang dia nak. So end up dia join dengan something yang dia tak suka. And frustrated. So that is what I'm seeing lah.
Because this kind of exposure actually gives us an insight to
Yeah.
what we
The
are
real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your input for
Mhm.
the past, the present, and the future. I feel like we learned a lot of things, kan, Joshua.
Yep,
We heard
definitely.
their background. We heard their Cikgu's the background. We heard their opinions and their
Correct.
advices for the current education system
Mhm.
and all. But it's been heavy, like heavy but light-hearted because you guys are quite funny.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
wasn't like a very dark way of
Yeah, true.
Wait.
True.
onto the topic. But let's lighten things up, right? We want to ask you like an interesting question. So for me, on my note, I would like to ask you, if you could introduce a new subject into the school curriculum, what would it be and why? But make it brief. Make it very brief.
I'm not sure what's the correct word. It's what is the word? Literacy on social media literacy, something along that line.
Oh, okay.
Because like it or not,
It's
it's part of life. You can't separate. It's like this is not secular. You can't separate real life and social media anymore. So
So that's I feel like if you learn it in school in a way, like maybe since young, the do's and don'ts, the dangers of social media,
correct.
Yeah.
about
How to-
cyberbullying,
How to talk to people on social media and so on.
online
Yeah.
grooming. I feel like if you learn all
Yeah.
this in school instead of learning it from your
True.
friends,
Correct.
Yeah.
I feel like you would definitely
Correct. No, and also subjects like, for example, when I came out of school, the things I learned was like, like your income tax. You were doing all the stuff you
But
not taught.
they have started to introduce that.
Introduced already.
But it's
Darjah
too-
now already learn
too much for them.
too heavy lah.
Oh yes.
Mm.
Maybe not darjah 6 kot.
Yeah, maybe towards like your
15,
15, 16 really.
But regarding the social media ethics, I'm not sure if it should be a specific subject on its own or it should be a part of any subject. Because in my class, I teach my students social media ethics because I got so tired of them being disrespectful.
Mhm.
Oh.
So I teach them about cyberbullying. I teach them about how to filter information and so on.
You integrate
Correct.
with your English classes lah.
And at the same time, they will learn vocabulary out of it.
Oh, that's good. That's good idea. Cikgu Kalai, what do you think?
I will see.
What would you introduce? Cooking?
Now for me, it's more on a character building.
Like a personal
Dah
class, like
pendidikan
personality
orang.
class, character
Okay,
class.
character building is basically, it's not from book.
Yeah.
I will still
like
see.
PJ, but for
No,
character
saya.
building.
Character building is more your values and your disciplinekan diri anda, where you have to put your. Last time we do have. It's not like I still remember when you're small time, when you see your teacher, what do? You will cepat lari, you pergi ambil bag dia, cari, cikgu, I will carry. Respect your teacher, say how, and everything. That one is no more already now. So from there, what's happening is carrying. It's carrying and carrying and carrying. When you're outside the world, you feel like whatever you are selling is true. Whatever you're telling, that is the betul. And end of the day, you can't face the real world. So that is the one I will say. You build your character from now. See yourself what you want. Slowly by slowly, see the world. You cannot. Nowadays, what do I see? It's more on individualistic.
Correct.
You're staying in a katak di bawah tempurung. You think you filter all the information.
That's why they say this generation is the entitled generation.
Yes. They got all the information. End of the day, they don't know how to socialize. Because I always tell my children one thing, very important. It's about this one. I'll say the world outside there. You can be nowadays parents are putting them in a zone. Everything they are given, every technology, everything. But outside there, not everybody are as fortunate as you all. So when you face the world outside, you can't survive. So you are, if you've got a very good personality, your character building is strong, you can face the world.
Right.
The challenges outside there is too much different. Schooling life is different. World outside there is different. So that is what I will persediaan kepada seorang pelajar untuk menghadapi dunia luar. That is it.
Reminds me of a philosophy I've been standing by. Talent will take you to the door, but your attitude, your values will take you beyond that.
That's a nice saying. Yeah, that's a nice saying. Right.
Dengar tak? Talent will bring you to the door.
Yeah.
Character will bring you
Yeah,
beyond the door.
You're not
Character lah. Sekarang
I
banyak.
feel like what a lot of people say will like, even in a sense of like working world, right? Like if you have the straightest of A or 4 flat CGPA,
You can't survive.
but if you come into the interview with a high nose and
Yes,
with no respect,
Yeah.
no one
Yeah,
would want to
yeah,
teach you. And comparatively to someone that is very humble and is very willing to learn, but might not have the strongest academics.
Yeah.
In the
They
end,
will
not
survive.
willing to teach.
your workplace will become your second home, like it or
Right.
not. So you want to work with people who you can
work with.
work together.
Yeah.
Betul. Thank you so much, Cikgu Kalai,
Thank you.
and Cikgu Azura, and Cikgu Sam, and Cikgu
Cikgu.
Joshua.
Yeah, Cikgu.
And student Sam and student Joshua for the insightful talk today. So we've
Yeah.
covered the past, the
The
present,
past,
and the
present.
future, and the future,
Yep.
future. So hopefully all these Gen Alphas that later on will go on to take SPM. I hope you guys will watch this video and learn some insightfulness
Yep.
from us.
Definitely.
Because back then the past looks like this, but the future is in your hands.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So we usually end our you want to
You explain
we
that.
usually end our videos with like a little for real. You want to do it with a
Yeah.
guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So we with us together, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
What's
First one.
the
Later I will say like, you know, in the intro we said this is for real, but you just
Yeah.
do it with us. So I will
Just
say
follow
something
along.
like everything that we discussed today, the stories we shared and the experiences we shared has all been for real. Like, just join us, okay? Yeah, bye.
we have
Okay.
outtakes, right?
No, this is live.
Okay.
Before that, Joshua.
Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you to those watching online and stuff like that. Please like, share, comment, share this with your friends. Maybe comment down below a few things that you probably face, you know, during your time in school or something interesting, a story that you want to say. Yeah. So
If you
with
want to
that,
take tuition from Cikgu Kalai.
can also. Continue Cikgu Kalai, continue Cikgu Azura also. Yeah, you join SPMflix. We'll be having our IGCSE seminar soon. SPM seminar also will be coming up soon. So check our social media platforms to stay updated.
Yes.
And with that,
Let's do our ending. So, are you guys ready? So, everything that we share today, the stories from Cikgu Kalai, from Cikgu Azura, the stories from student, I think you can just look there. So, the stories from student Sam and student Joshua has all been
for real!
Thank you for watching, guys. Bye. Jangan tadi pun dah jahat.